This video is to demonstrate batch saving digital files to give to your client. This demonstration is for Photoshop. If you have Elements, please see the link below the video to go to the Elements video. While you're looking down there, please have a look at all the other links also. They all contain important related information to what I'm about to discuss. Okay, so let's imagine that you have shot a wedding or whatever you've shot, and you've edited all the files and they've been approved, and now you're selling the package of digital files to the client. So you would go to Bridge. I've just got a folder of JPEGs here. Ordinarily your files would be PSDs. Of course, they're the layered masterpieces that you've created. They look amazing. They're ready to go. Anyway, so I'm just going to go to my filter menu here and just filter the 5-star ones, the ones I want to send, and I'll go ahead and select them all. Now, if you have got a lot of images, as you probably do, you can do them in batches, 10, 20, 50 at a time, maybe if your computer's powerful enough. I've just got 5 here, so I'll just go ahead and open these into Photoshop. They're opening up. The first step in this process is to crop them. To do that, I'll choose the crop tool. Now at this point, I need to explain something really important. I'm doing this video mainly to demonstrate selling digital files to just regular people, if you know what I mean, regular members of the public, clients, or maybe you're giving the files to your family or friends. In that case, you will crop the images to the 11:15 shape. If you have read any of my work before, you'll know I recommend that shape for this purpose. There's more information in the links below this video. So in that case, I would choose the crop tool. I would enter 11:15, and I would have nothing in the resolution field. It's really important to have no resolution imposed in that case. Now, the opposite to that is if you happen to be preparing these digital files to go to a publisher, like a graphic designer, or sending them to a magazine, something like that. In that case, you wouldn't impose a specific size or shape. In fact, you may not crop them at all. It's a good idea not to crop really in those cases, because the graphic designer will do their own cropping, or the editor, while they're putting the photo into the layout or whatever. But I know that sometimes there's a little bit you might want to crop out of a photo all the same. So you would impose no height or width, but you would make the resolution 300 pixels per inch. I feel this is sort of a polite courtesy to pay to a fellow professional, such as a graphic designer, when you're sending them files. So yes, if I was sending this photo to a magazine, for example, nothing in the height or width, 300 in the resolution, and then I would crop it. Maybe I would crop the whole thing. I know that seems weird, cropping a whole photo. If I did that, it would just make sure the file was 300 ppi, and that would be great. And of course, in some cases you might crop in a little bit anyway, and crop, and then it would be ready to go. That's not what I'm mainly talking about in this video. I'll just undo that. What I'm talking about here is selling those digital files to members of the public, and in that case, I would make the width 15 IN for inches, the height 11 IN, and delete that. Nothing in the resolution field. These numbers might be the other way around, depending on portrait or landscape, of course. And then I would go ahead and crop this first photo. That's pretty good there. Crop. Then I press Control Tab. Get used to Control Tab. It's so handy to flick to the next image. This one's more portrait, so I'll click the little arrows here to switch the numbers around. Now I'm at 11 and 15 instead of the other way, and I would crop that there to the 11:15 shape. This one's also portrait. That looks fine. Control Tab. Back to landscape, just flick those arrows. Crop. Yeah, that's okay. And one more. Also crop there. And we're back to the first one. Okay, so now I've got that set of images all cropped to the 11:15 shape. no resolution imposed. They're ready to batch save. To do that, we go to File, Scripts, Image Processor. Alright, this wonderful window, if you've never explored it, it's so handy. First part, I'm going to use the images I already have open, yes. And then where are they going? Generally I choose save in same location. It's just kind of neater that way. It puts them in a folder within the folder you already have. Save as JPEG, yes. Almost always JPEG for this kind of work. Every now and again you might come across one of those moron clients who think for some reason that TIFF is better than JPEG. They're wrong, but sometimes it's easier not to fight them on that. Just give them what they want. But in most cases, JPEG is what we're going for. Quality 10, I find, is a good high quality, good for clients in most cases. Anything higher than that, it's just unnecessarily big files for no visible improvement in quality. Definitely don't resize to fit. You would only use that if you were saving web files, but that's a whole different process. You'll find a link about that also below this video. Always leave the convert profile to sRGB turned on. Your files are most likely sRGB anyway, but this is kind of your insurance policy. Now, this part is important. Put your copyright info in there. Include your name so there's no ambiguity about that. And always, always, always include the ICC profile. That's the sRGB. Make sure the profile is in the file. Okay, so I'm ready, and then I can just go run, and it will process all of those files. They're now saved, and then I can just close them all down without saving. Close them all without saving, because the saving is already done. Now, let's have a look at that. We go back to Bridge, and yes, I have to turn off the ratings there. And there, it's made a folder called JPEG, and inside that are the 5 files, the 11x15s we just saved. Okay, so now if I had lots and lots of images, I would select the next batch, open them, crop them, save them, and so on until you'd finished everything. I hope that this demonstration has helped. This is the quickest way I know to batch save all of those files you've got to give to your client.